Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and what I got for you today is a review of the new Yizhan i6s. Now the i6s is a micro/nano drone. It has a built-in 2 megapixel camera. It's a nano drone with a 2 megapixel camera. Now what's different about this than others? It also includes a nice battery to power that 2 megapixel camera, HD camera. Now HD cameras tend to be power hungry, and other previous attempts with these micro nanos at powering that camera have used smaller batteries, which isn't a good idea really, because you're going to greatly shorten the flight time of these little things. So Yizhan thought that out and included a good sized battery, and that's this extra thickness you see here in the belly of this quadcopter, or this hexacopter, to accommodate that larger battery, a 450 milliamp hour battery in this hexacopter. Other features it has, yeah, it's your standard hexacopter. It does have headless mode, which you activate by pressing this, or actually this button here. You can turn the lights off on this. It's a night flyer. It has a lot of lights on it, but you can turn them on to save battery power by pressing this button here. Now the controller up here is all labeled. Every one of these buttons is labeled, so you don't have to worry about labeling it yourself or trying to go through the directions to figure out what the buttons do. This one here is your rate button for selecting different speeds. If you want to take a photo, you see the little picture of the camera there, you press that button there. If you want to start and stop your video, you press that button there with the little video camera. And if you want to do flips, you do this rollover button by pressing that one there. So all in all, it should be a great little hexacopter to fly. We're going to find out here shortly though. It's again 2 megapixel, 450 milliamp hour. Its predicted range is 30 meters. I don't know, we'll see. I can actually gauge that out here on the soccer field here, since it's 100 meters in length. So let's go for a flight of the Yizhan iDrone. Hope you enjoy this flight, i6s iDrone. On the back of this hexacopter, there is an on-off switch, and your charging port, of course, is back here too. You press that button there to turn it on. We are going to point it in that direction to set the headless mode bearing. And turn on your transmitter there. And we are in 50% rate. I got a little breeze coming from my right, binding the hexacopter. And because of that breeze, I am going to go to 70% rate instead of 50. And I'm going to start the camera or video by pressing that button there. And I got my little video camera showing that I'm recording. First off, I want to see this thing record. Actually, maybe we don't need, going back to beginner rate, this thing seems pretty zippy. Okay, let's see what kind of video we can get with this. It turns very quickly, so I'm recording now. This thing seems to be a acrobatic, zippy acrobatic type of sport type of hexacopter. Am I showing up in the video? That's the wind blowing it back for me, folks. Let's do that again. I'm going upwind. Went a little bit higher rate to fight that wind. And we'll let the wind blow it back again. That's the wind. Okay. So one more demonstration of its camera, going upwind, and just letting it hover a bit and blow back with the wind. Okay, and I'm going to turn off the camera now to save video power, because I want to save battery power, even though it's got that big battery. I want to see what this thing can do. Okay, this is the yaw rate at 50%. That's the yaw rate at 100. Yaw rate back at 50. I guess that was 75% yaw rate. Let's go through that again one more time. This beginner 50%, intermediate, and 100% expert. Wow, it's got some punch. Okay, going back to beginner. I want to show you that. This thing has got a lot of punch, a lot of power. Let's bring it down again, set it upwind, and I'm going to give it full throttle now. Look at that thing rocket. It roars. It's got the power, folks. Those are powerful motors on there. Okay, what about acrobatics? Or not acrobatics, maneuverability, I'm sorry. This is beginner rate still. Funnels in beginner rate. Funnels intermediate. Funnels an expert. And it can stay in the air too. It's got the power. Something tells me this is real fast. Let's see if that's true. Oh yeah. Back to beginner. So I don't rock it out of the field here. This thing can easily go out of the field. Okay, the predicted range is 30 meters. I'm going to be about 20 meters. Let's see if I can go past that grandstand there and maintain control. Well, that's about 30 meters there, and yeah, predicted range is accurate, 30 meters. So, that advertisement is not false. Let's go see. I hope I didn't bend any of those props with that. This does come with prop guards, by the way, folks. I just didn't install them here. But this has the power, I guess. If you want to put prop guards on, it might be a good idea, especially with 6 props like this, because there is a chance that you're going to bend one of these if you do fly out of range. Let me make sure they're all good. They're all good so they didn't land on the props. That's good too. Have I demonstrated headless mode yet? Doesn't remember the headless mode. Let's see here. Orientation mode is on. Yeah. Right and left. It doesn't care which way it's pointed, which might be a good idea for this since it's a hexacopter. Hold on a second, folks. I popped a prop. I lost a prop. Hold on, see if I can find it. Well, I found that prop. Since they're bright orange, that makes them very easy to find. I like that. Okay, we're going to point the quadcopter off toward that pole there. We're going to demonstrate headless mode in 1 key return. That's the objective of this part of the flight. Turning on the transmitter. Now, headless mode in 1 key return enables you, hear that beeping? Enables you to fly just using the right stick. And it doesn't care which direction the quadcopter is pointed, okay? I'm spinning it. Okay, I don't know which direction it's pointed right now, where the nose is or what. But forward now is always in the direction of that pole. And backward is always in this, pulling back on this stick. And right on the right stick is always to the right of that pole. And left will always make the quadcopter go to the left of that pole. And again, that's because I had that quadcopter pointed in that direction when I took off. That's a neat feature. It's a neat feature for beginners, flyers. It makes it easy for beginner flyers to fly the quadcopter using just the right stick. They don't have to worry which way is that thing pointed. Okay, let's try the 1 key return. The 1 key return works and only works is if you're flying down the direction that the quadcopter was pointed at when you took off. And if you do such and you press the button for 2 seconds, it'll fly back toward you and automatically enter headless mode at the same time. So coming out of headless mode, there's a hawk over there. I hope you don't go after this. Let's try that again. Pressing the 1 key return down and holding it, and it flies back toward me. Turning off headless mode, going down the headless mode bearing again, the direction was pointed when I took off, pressing and holding the 1 key return button, and it comes right back to me. So again, these features, the headless mode and the 1 key return, are intended primarily for beginner flyers. It makes it easier for them to fly it just using this right stick. Right, left is left, and right is right, and back is back, and forward is always forward, you know, in the direction of that pole, which I had the quadcopter pointing at when it took off. Again, that's what headless mode is for. One more time, we'll demonstrate 1 key return one more time, holding the button down, and it flies back to us automatically. Pretty neat, huh? Well, this has a lot of flight time, it seems, with this big battery in it, turning off that headless mode. And you can tell you're obviously out of headless mode because you don't hear that silly beeping anymore. So now I have to worry about which direction the quadcopter's pointed. Okay, that was obviously the front. I gotta land this for a second, folks. Hold on. The reason I gotta land this is my battery door slid open while I was holding this. Do we still got battery power? Let's find out. Well, let's just do some maneuverability flying. We'll try some gentle yaw turns. I'm full forward pitch right now in beginner rate. Give it a little bank too. These are gentle turns too I'm doing with this in beginner rate. They could be a lot more aggressive than what I'm doing, but okay, that battery power is going at, and that's the flight time you get with the Yizhan i6. So, hopefully the video came out on this quadcopter. It's a video nano micro drone. Has a lot of pretty lights on. It should be a good night flyer. I'm going to try to fly it tonight. Nicely maneuverable, very fast. Has a lot of power in these motors, a lot of punch. So overall, it's a good nano hexacopter, or micro/nano hexacopter, somewhere in between there. Hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101, signing out.